Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Almost Forgotten Weapons. I'm the Milster Nerd, and this is a little series I wanted to start on weapons that weren't necessarily completely forgotten, but your average collector may not know what they're looking at. This is the first one I wanted to talk about. This is a Type 38 Cavalry Rifle. Now, contrary to the name, these weren't actually issued to cavalry, as far as we know. These were shortened Type 38s, shortened by about 6 inches, issued to engineer types, combat engineers, people who needed to drive trucks, artillery guys, someone who didn't need a full-length, almost 32-inch barrel Type 38, but could use something a little shorter. Why don't we come a little closer and I'll show you the details and compare it to this Type 38 long rifle. Before we go forward and take a closer look, I wanted to have a quick caveat about Chinese converted Arasakas. You will see those sometimes. However, all of these were converted by Nagoya, so if there's still a stamp there, you will see a Nagoya stamp on the bottom of the stock here. And a lot of the Chinese ones have cuts here for, I'm assuming, a band spring. A lot of the conversions from 7.62 or 8mm will have those. And they'll often have a remarking. I think these have renumbered parts under the barrel. I'd have to look to make sure. I'm no serious Arasaka collector, but I do have a few. Let's compare the length here. As you may be able to tell, this is a regular Type 38 long rifle. This is significantly longer by about 6-7 inches. Like I said, these are 31.5-inch barrels almost. This is a 25-inch barrel. Interestingly, they use the same length handguard and the same rear sights. Let's take a closer look. Here's a little bit of a closer look on these two rifles. The one closest to us is the regular Type 38. The one on the other side to the right is the Cavalry Rifle, or short rifle, whatever you want to call it. Now these all have the more correct, like Type 99 kind of Urushi, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, kind of finish. So they look a little different. I have seen them in various number of ways, but the vast majority I see with this reddish Urushi finish. And like the Type 38 regular rifle, they have the same rear sights. There's no change there. There's no change in these, unless the rifle came out a little later. I have seen Michiko has one that has the later aperture rear sight. I believe those were all made by Nagoya. These rifles were all converted by Nagoya, and you will see that on this side. I'll throw a picture up on this side of the stock. There's a Nagoya stamp. Now these were all converted, as far as we know. There's not a lot of paperwork surviving, in the 30s. So they all have the later type of front sight protector, as opposed to this earlier type with no blades on the side. This one is a little beat up. It is an old school rifle. But other than that, they didn't change anything too crazy regarding the rifle. Same handguard length, same rear sight, same bands, just moved different. Now, if you want to see if you have one of these compared to like a Chinese rifle, one way is the Chinese will typically remark over the chamber with 7.92 or 7.62 if they rechamber them. But another way is this step right here. This isn't here on the regular Type 38s. So if the Chinese chop the barrel, a lot of the times they won't put that step there. That's one way of telling this from like a, cut down Bubba job or something like that, is look for the step right behind the front band, or where the front band should be. Everything else is virtually identical. It's really, the reason these aren't too well known is because they're not very different. And they only made, or converted, about 100,000 of them. And most of them, a lot of the Type 38 served in China, so they're not very common now. We have the world's most well ground off mom. That was definitely when the manager was looking. Everything else is the same. You still got the stock splice, same butt plate. Everything else interchangeable. These are really interesting, not very common, but nice rifles. Figured I would get a better video of the finish. This is the more late, more close to World War II finish. And then there is the stamp for Nagoya. That's where this was reworked. It started off as a long rifle and was converted. One of 100,000. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to spread a little bit of info about these uncommon rifles. These are great shooters, they really are. 6.5 Associate Plus cartridge, and this is so handy. I think the only way this could be more handy is getting one of the Type 38 carbines or Type 44 carbines. If you can find one of these, and it's a good deal, totally grab it. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Try to get better about uploading. Thanks for watching.